okay, this some kind of a toy commercial or something. I want to just start it off by saying that it annoyed me to death and shit. You know, it annoyed me to death, and I'm man enough to admit that I'm a very flawed person and shit. I'm simply a human being and whatnot. But this commercial upset me. Okay, I was upset. I have complex PTSD. I can't tell you my audience why and shit because of reasons. I'll put it that way and shit. I can't say too much right now, but I can't tell you. But I have complex PTSD and trauma when it comes to black female misandrists. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, shit. I'm not Cynthia G. If anybody remembers her, you know, I know she got her platform back some time ago. No one cared because she got ultimately destroyed by the white women she idolized and shit. And this is not about Cynthia G and shit. This is about this commercial that presents this little girl rapping and shit, shilling some kind of product that no responsible parent should buy based on the advertising itself and shit. I feel it's problematic and shit. I feel like um, it's taking away this child's innocence and shit. Okay, that's how I feel. I think this commercial is taking away this child's innocence by presenting her in this manner and shit. It's enough. I thought back in the day they used to have these little boy groups like Another Bad Creation, this other shit. I forgot the name of it. And I thought those were shitty. I thought those were real shitty and fucked up. And they came from Atlanta and shit. Okay, if you know, you know. But I think it's problematic and shit. I think that when I looked at it, I had a cynical thought and shit. And I felt so bad that I decided to make this video because I was so cynical. Internally, just looking at this commercial, seeing this little girl doing her weird dance and doing the stupid caveman style of rap that they have today. They have this weird, nothing flows. It's just somebody going, and it's not even flowing. It's not rhyming really, You have to go, turn the shit, rewind it and listen to it again to hear the actual rapping in it. Back in the day, I didn't have to use a salad fork to pick through shit I was listening to, okay? Just speaking for the culture, I am Generation X and shit. Okay? Been around, born in this 1969, so I was there, during the hip hop boom of the 80s and shit, and everything that followed afterwards. I know rap when I hear it and shit. It's not even about a musical situation. It's just about seeing a little girl dancing around and all aggressive and masculine and shit, and doing this evil sounding rap that it's like Baby Glorilla, Baby Sexy Red, Baby whatever, any of these bitches that they have now that they say is rap. It's not fucking rap, okay? And I was listening, when you hear this same kind of rap, I've muted it for obvious reasons, but when you hear this rap, it's bullshit, okay? It's bullshit. It's just like ga 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 ga. That's all they sound like. I don't hear nobody rapping for real and shit. They just saying hooks to music and shit, and then some word salad in the middle. That's not rap and shit, okay? And this little girl should not be presented in this way and shit. I think it's irresponsible and shit, okay? I can't do nothing to the girl, okay? I think the girl needs correction and shit about that. I'm like, she needs to see therapy. She needs to go to a court-appointed therapy about this shit because I think it's damaging to her childhood. They're taking away her childhood, okay? I don't care about the fucking bag. When are you women, when is too much enough? You guys always gotta have your fucking bag and you destroy your motherfucking kids and then you sit up and bitch and say it's our fault and shit. We supposed to come fix what's wrong with your goddamn kids, whether they're ours biologically or not and shit, okay? Okay, your intent is to force men to take care of your motherfucking kids that you fuck up. We don't want to do that. That's not our business. We didn't make the motherfuckers, so why is there shame assigned to that kind of stuff and shit? And then we have to see you doing stuff like this. I thought it was wrong back in the day when I used to see black women, single moms, putting barrettes and shit in their son's head and dressing up real cute clothes and short sets and shit. And then you see them same niggas years later wearing that same shit, and I realize they dress like a little kid. And they think they look cool and shit or something. They think that's cutting edge, and other damaged people co-sign that bullshit. Now I can't co-sign this bullshit. I see this little girl doing this shit. I want her to talk to her parents and shit. I would like to whoop her father's ass if he involved in shit. I can't say I want to whoop the woman's ass for fucking up her own kid, but I have no sympathy and shit. When your kids get fucked up, they do fucked up shit like that. You carry the blame of that shit. Okay? I take the blame for anything that the children that I have fathered do. Okay? Whether I'm in their life or not. I take responsibility for that shit. I'm also very rational. I'm not gonna throw myself onto my sword and die so some bitch can feel better about herself and shit. Okay, okay. Your kids is fucked up, and you did it. Okay, and when this girl grows up and you have an OnlyFans page or whatever the equivalent of that is in the future and shit, the mom can blame herself. Okay, when she get old, she have a bunch of problems and shit. The mom can blame herself. Okay, it's your fucking fault. You fuck your kids up. You don't raise your kids properly. You don't give your kids a decent, proper childhood with proper parenting. You know, involved parenting that you actually give a fucking shit because you're busy getting your next lick and shit, or laying up with Pookie and shit. Okay, I hate to do what to you women, what you do to us men and shit, where y'all just have a generalized view of us no matter who we are and shit. We don't have a fucking identity to you. We're floating dicks and wallets and shit. And you know, insurance policy, we're walking money bags. And I think when the chick is looking at me, I see her, how she looks in it, whatever, or whatever body part I'm looking at, if I had to be quite honest and shit. But I think the chick looking at me, and they see like this thing like the Iron Man, you know, the view from the Iron Man helmet, and it says all your assets and shit, and what your sexual capabilities are and shit. And they don't see you like no human. We ain't no people to them and shit. That's why they don't give a fuck about raising these kids any old kind of fucking way. This shit is not normal. Okay, that's why people look at you weird when you go out in public with your fucked up kids. That's why they do that, because you fucked up. And your kids is fucked up. You're an embarrassment. You don't have no shame, no, you don't care. There needs to be shame, needs to come back, motherfuckers. Okay? I think this is a shitty ass commercial. I don't even know if YouTube will allow me to post this fucking video because of what I'm saying. Okay? I don't know if they'll allow me to do that. I'm fucking with their bottom line and shit. Okay? But I think it's shitty. I don't want to see if I see a little girl doing that shit, the first thing that's going to come to my mind, right? I'm going to think about my mother's side of the family, me specifically. I'm going to think about my mother's mother, my late grandmother who passed away in 1987, was in a wheelchair. She had one leg. She was not for the shits when she was in her right mind. Alright? And I know, and I have seen it. I know what my late grandmother, a responsible woman, would do. She would call the girl over with some kind of ruse to get her very close and hit her with a fucking iron skillet ham fist to her. She had a big iron skillet of a hand. And she could knock your fucking ass out. And she didn't give a fuck about that love. Mostly I got it though. But she would knock that little kid out on her ass and shit. And then make her get in the house and put on some clothes that were age appropriate. You know, I don't care if they were made for children. This is not proper and shit. I've seen videos of kindergarten teachers, black kindergarten teachers, let's be honest, having the kids dancing to Fuck Nigga Free and shit. Like Glorilla and shit. Okay? I've seen it. It's irresponsible and they should be fucking fired. You women should be under review for taking away your kid's childhood and shit. I feel the same way as I feel about that when you women are not having the men in the house that fathered these motherfuckers. It's understandable and everything, but you're in the other relationships and you have these dudes coming over, your kids get used to seeing revolving door niggas. So even when the guy tries to parent his kid, he's already undercutting shit. He has no real authority and the kid is just going to various influences to piece together the daddy that he thinks he should have and shit. And you blame that on us and shit. You sit in your car and bitch all the time and blame it on us and shit. And then we're tired of it. We've taken all of that shit you threw over this fence at us, you know, because we locked in this bitch with you. And you want to make sure we stay in this motherfucker even in 2025. You throwing shit, trying to hide your motherfucking hands, and you didn't look where you was throwing that shit at. Right? You didn't look. You better look over that fucking fence. We just shoveled all that bullshit up, put it in a can, and we're pouring it back over there on your side, okay? This is your mess, okay? Your responsibility to clean it the fuck up, okay? Take care of your shit, okay? If you don't want kids, you're not responsible. Use birth control. Get your fucking tubes tied. Stop doing this shit. You have no... Man, let me stop. Okay? I did not intend for this to go into a rant. I've been looking at the image of the little girl dancing around while I was recording this and shit. And, you know, if it's hard for some people, I'm kind of sorry and shit. I do not hate women or anything, but I like shitty, fucked up black misandrists are my trigger. When I hear or see any bullshit with a black misandrist abusing power, just fucking terrorizing every goddamn body, just doing it, man, I get triggered, okay? Because they can't live in their shit. They shit their pants, and they don't want to take them bitches off and get cleaned up and shit. They want you to sit next to them, and they want to get you in a chokehold and make you smell that shit with them, okay? That's as metaphorical as I can get, all right? That's as metaphorical as I get. I think the commercial is wrong, okay? But it's not the only thing wrong in our ethnic community and shit, because the women are crash test dummies for the minority majority and shit. You do all this shit. You fuck your kids up. You fuck your house up. You fuck your money up and shit. You keep us down. You keep us from getting where we need to go politically, economically, everything. And then you complain about it and point at us like some little bad, wayward fucking kid that need their ass whooped with a switch. Alright? So, you know, I said my piece, and vocally speaking, I'm on a fucking short ladder pouring that shit back into the black female gynocracy and shit. Okay, kings? So, that being said, keep your head on the swivel, protect your bag, above all else. And most importantly, do not make fallen women the mothers of your children and shit, okay? I know I didn't say the other part, but don't make fallen women the mothers of your children and get shit like this and you're fucked up because your kids are your future. They're your goddamn legacy, okay? Right? Don't do it. Don't do it. Alright? Don't fucking do it. Please, God. Please, God, please fix my people. I'm praying, man. I'm praying. I'm tired of looking at the same shit. Alright? Be 56 on fucking Thursday. And I'm tired, man. I'm tired and I don't give a fuck, okay? And if this shit ain't gonna change, I'd rather just sit my ass down and watch this shit burn down, okay? Not watch shit they can just drop the nuke where I'm at and shit and blow the fuck out of it and I don't even care, you know? You just think that, nah, fuck it, I'm done. Alright? I'm done, kings. I love y'all. Please be sexually responsible. Alright? I'm not stopping making no fucking videos, okay? Alright? Do not make fallen women the mothers of your children, please, God. Please, if anything else, man, just wrap that shit up, okay? Don't give them nothing. Don't demonetize that shit, their retardation. Demonetize that shit, okay? I'm telling you, you ain't gonna feel better, you ain't gonna get better, your situation ain't gonna get better if you can't get out of this motherfucker for one reason or another and shit until you take care of the shit yourself, okay? And you can do that by controlling yourself, okay? At least put a hat on your shit, alright? Do not make fallen women the mothers of your children. Your children are your future, they're your legacy. And SYSBM means save yourself, black man. No hidden, it's very layman terms and shit. Save yourself, black men. Okay? Okay? I get so excited and shit. Except I'm talking to my brothers and fellow kings and shit. And I love you. And I don't want nothing like this to happen to you, okay? I don't want to be no more of these shits, okay? Okay, don't make no more. Okay, I made all the mistakes and shit. You don't have to do that. Okay, let's make me extinct. Okay, make the Geek Underground fucking extinct. There will be no more brothers on this shit doing what I'm doing right now. Okay, be happy. I want you to be happy. Okay, no matter what. Okay, now I don't fuck around. I don't care who the fuck, how many people listen to it, but I hope you heard it. And if you love me, you share this fucking video. Okay, because I'm done. I'm getting tired. Okay, I'm tired of this bullshit in our community. Alright, I don't even want to be there, okay? I just want to be honest about that shit, okay? I tried so fucking hard. Alright? And I don't want you to have to try as hard as I had to try and shit. Okay? No crash test dummies no more. Alright? This is save yourself, black men. Alright? All praise to the Most High. I'm done.
Say, why don't you pick on somebody your own disposition?
Oh, please, Mr. Barroom Brawler. Don't hurt me or anything like that.